Do you find yourself in an unwanted situation? A situation where every time you tell yourself you'll get out of there, you'll never get back to it, and yet here you go, going back to it over and over again. And there's a feeling of, it's almost like you want out, and yet it pulls you back into it, right? And there's a feeling of being hopeless, of being helpless, because you just have no say in the matter. If you find yourself in a situation like this, in this video I'll explain what you need to do. And the first thing is that you need to stop fighting it. What I mean by that is that if you find yourself going back to that repeat situation, I want you to realize that it's like a broken record. You know, a broken record doesn't finish the whole song, right? It goes until a certain point, then it gets stuck and it goes back, and until a certain point and it gets stuck and it goes back. And that's what is happening with you. Which means that there's a point where you don't go fully in, you resist it, you go out of it, you fight it, you separate yourself from it. And that is why you're going back to it over and over again. Because your nature is, whenever you separate yourself from from whatever is, which is part of you, you will always be yanked back to it because it is you. You are going towards inclusiveness. That is what makes you thrive. That is what makes you open up. That is what makes you empowered. That's where you gain energy, you gain power. But whenever you separate yourself from something, whenever you don't want to see, you hide from something, then automatically there's going to be suffering, and it's going to take you back to it. Not because it's against you, even though it feels like that in that moment, but it's because it is part of you. And so you are in this, it's like you're a broken it's like you're going like a broken record in that moment. And so in that moment, what I want you to do, if you want to come out of it, is start becoming curious. So you take that whole situation that makes you cringe, right? That makes you like completely disconnect from it. And you consciously start going towards it. So if there is a person involved there, if there is this one relationship there that is causing a lot of issues, what you do is that you remember all the moments where those triggers, or maybe take one single moment where there was a trigger. You had an interaction with that person, there was a trigger. You take a few deep breaths in and out. You make yourself comfortable, and slowly, consciously, with your mind's eye, you go towards that moment. And as you go towards that moment, go through it and live it out completely. Meaning what you're doing is that broken record, it's like you're taking away the obstacle and you're going completely till the end of the song, right? And so what will happen is that in that moment, many emotions, beliefs, thoughts, and all that will come up. And the whole idea for you is to detach from them, meaning that you connect with your body, you ground yourself in your body, and you let them assail you, right? So you're not, when that broken record effect happens, right? You're possessed by it. You're running away and it yanks you back, right? And now what you're doing is that you're going towards it. And you're doing it consciously, right? So it's a completely different experience. It's an empowered experience because you're taking things into your hands, right? And not only that, you're literally going towards yourself. And you are going with this curiosity, because now you're going towards it because you know that at some point you will find a gem there. There is going to be a gem. There's going to be you, number one, you'll find you. Number two, there is going to be some wisdom about you, about life, that you'll find. That is part of your journey. You know, these patterns, these archetypes that come up over and over again, they are part of your soul's journey here. And what makes them difficult is when you fight them, when you fight yourself, when you separate yourself from yourself, from everything. When you make it as if it was something wrong. Because the moment you make it wrong, you're making yourself wrong. And that won't feel good. Right? And so there is, everything in this universe is alive. Even that purpose, even that archetype, even that pattern, right? So you have this energy that is coming towards you and you're pushing it away. Not because you're mean or anything, you just don't know. You know, we came here unconscious, and throughout life, through experiences, through relationships, we start getting to know ourselves, right? And this is one of the ways you get to know yourself. Is that as you do, as you run away from it, as you try to yank yourself out of it over and over again, you realize this isn't working. This is getting actually worse, right? So if this is getting worse, let me do something else. But you can only get there by going towards it and seeing how in that moment, for example, with that person, how in that moment you're reacting. By seeing how in that moment what is happening in your body. By seeing in that moment what you're making certain things mean. What you're making it mean that they, said a word to you, a certain word to you. You will start seeing that, in that moment, you're actually interpreting a lot of things through your unconscious beliefs, through certain beliefs that you have about yourself, that through that interaction are becoming conscious to you. You are starting to see them, right? You will start realizing that maybe there are certain actions that you take that keep you stuck in that relationship. You will see that maybe there are certain needs that you have that you haven't acknowledged, that you haven't owned up to, and those needs need to be fulfilled. And maybe this is not where you can fulfill them. You can take them somewhere else. But first, you need to be very clear what they are. So what I'm telling you to do is that I need you to go back to that relationship, to that one trigger. You start with one trigger. Usually that one trigger is enough. But if you need to go 2, 3, it may take you to other triggers. But the moment you go back to that trigger, it's like there's a movie that will unfold in front of you. And that movie will give you a lot of information about you, a lot of power. It will tell you where you're losing power. It will tell you about your life's purpose, what you want to do, what you don't want to do. It starts with what you don't want to do, right? It will tell you more about your needs, what kind of choices you want to make. It's just filled, it's fraught with information about you. It's there talking to you. It's just that you don't know its language. That's how we start, unconscious, and then we become conscious, right? Ignorant, and then we become wise. And so it's up to you in that moment to turn towards it, to turn towards that moment that triggered you, that relationship that triggered you, and take and really see everything about it. Like, give yourself 1 week, and every day, You will take a few minutes, you will take a deep breath in and out, you'll go towards that moment where you are triggered, that moment that you didn't like what was happening, right? And you go back to it over and over again and start looking at what that moment is telling you. Because the more information you gather in that moment, the more parts of yours you gather in that moment, the more empowered you become, the more ingredients you have. And then based on that, you will be able to make very powerful choices. You will be able to make very conscious choices that align with you and that automatically take you from that kind of situation, right? And incredibly, it's that situation that will take you to your empowerment, which in the end you will realize that nothing in this universe is random and nothing in this universe is actually against you.